Hey, geometry, it's Thursday, May 7th, and we're going to go to page 580. We're going to do 6.2 part A, that's addition and subtraction of matrices, and then part B on Monday. Okay, are you on 580? So a matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers in rows and columns. They give you an example there, 5, 4, 4, 9. So let's just go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, this is considered a 3 by 4 matrix. The plural of that is matrices. Okay, this right here is an element, as is this, as is this. Any number in a matrix is called an element. These are called rows, and these are called columns. So this is 3 rows by 4 columns. It's a 3 by 4 matrix. Now, if you take a look at example 1, you're going to see that they're representing a matrix by, representing a coordinate plane by using a matrix. So let's get rid of this. And let's go ahead and look at example 1, part B. Here is the matrix. It is -4, -1, 4, 3, 0, 2, 1, -1. Now, do you notice the dimensions of this matrix are 2 rows by 4 columns? It's a 2 by 4 matrix. Okay, and you can have Cartesian coordinate points, ordered pairs, you might call them, represented in matrix. This is 1 point, this is another point, a third point, and a fourth point. So what are you telling me? I'm telling you that this is the X value, and this is the Y value. And so this is the point, -4, 0. This is the point, -1, 2. This is the point 4, 1, and that point is 3, -1. Well, why didn't you just write them as ordered pairs to begin with? Well, this is a new thing, so they can put it in a computer. We wanted it all to be numbers. So the X value is on top, the Y value is on the bottom. It's got to be a 2 by something in order to be on a Cartesian coordinate plane. It's going to only have 2 rows in order for it to fit on an XY axis. Okay. Now, if you plot those points, go -4 and up 0, you're going to have point A. If you go -1 and then up 2, you're going to have point B. Just go ahead and look at example 1, the quadrilateral ABCD in blue. That's what we have right here represented by this matrix. So there's 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you know there's 4 points on this polygon. If it's 4 points on a polygon, and it looks kind of like this, there's 4 points, you know that there are 4 vertices, and it's A, B, C, D. And it is a quadrilateral because it has 4 columns. Well, what about example 1, part 1? Well, it's got a -4 over a 0. That means it's only 1 point. -4, 0 is only 1 point. like that right there. So that plotted on a Cartesian coordinate plane would be like this. There's the XY axis. Well, it's on the x-axis. There. That make you feel better? Okay, so let's go over to example 2, adding and subtracting. To add or subtract matrices, you add or subtract corresponding elements. This is a no-brainer. Take a look at example 2. Do you see what's in the top left corner of the first matrix? It's a 5. See what's in the top left corner of the blue matrix? It's a 1. So what's 5 and 1? It's 6. Go over to the end and you see that there's a 6 in that spot. The top right corner of the blue matrix is -3. The top right corner of the red matrix is 2. -3 plus 2 is -1. Go all the way to the end, you'll see a -1 in the top right corner. Bottom left, bottom left. Bottom right, bottom right. Example 2, part B, we're subtracting. We're not adding. So it's going to be 6 minus 1. That's a 5 in the top left corner. Then it's going to be an 8 minus -7. So that's like 8 plus 7. That's 15 in the middle. And then it's 5 minus 0, which is 5. And that's going to be on the end, on the top row. And in the bottom row, you do the same thing. You just subtract the corresponding elements in each of the 2 matrices. Notice, this is a 2 by 3 matrix. It's a triangle because it's got 3 points. It's 0.6, 4, 0.8, 9, 0.5, -1. And then you're subtracting from that 0.1, 4, another triangle on this Cartesian coordinate plane. Okay, translations. You got a pre-image matrix and a translation matrix. And then you got an image matrix. They did it a little differently in example 3. I better go it their way in order for you to understand it. So the translation matrix, here's what it says. This is the matrix 1, 1, 5, 0, and 3, -1. Now, since these have to have the same dimensions, the answer is going to have the same dimensions. It's going to be a 2 by 3 matrix. I just don't have a lot of room over there. This is a 2 by 3 matrix. This is called the translation matrix. That's what we're adding to this matrix to get you the final answer. And the one that we were given to begin with is called the polygon matrix or the pre-image. And this thing over here is called the image. So when you apply the translation matrix to the pre-image, you get the image. And what is the translation matrix? Go to example 3 and read with me. It says, find the image matrix, this one over here, that represents the translation of triangle ABC. That would be this matrix right here. A is 1, 1, B is 5, 0, C is 3, -1. 1 unit left and 3 units up. So every one of these points has to go 1 unit left on the x-axis. This is the x-axis. If you move to the left 1 unit, that's -1. And it says if you're going 3 units up, that's like +3 on the y-axis. So that's what we're doing to every point on here. So for every x value, the upper one's the x value and the lower one's the y value. For every x value, we're going -1. And for every y value, we're going up 3. So that's the translation matrix. You're going to apply that to the pre-image and you're going to get the image. So it's real easy. -1 plus 1 is 0. -1 plus 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. And 3 minus 1 is 2. And 3 plus 1 is 4. And 3 plus 0 is 3. And 3 net minus 1 is 2. Now check your answer and see if I got it right. 0, 4, boom. 4, 3, boom. And 2, 2, boom. That is the image matrix. And you can see that they took the graph paper and they plotted both the pre-image, blue, and then the image matrix, red. And the blue one is A, B, C, and the red one is A prime, B prime, C prime. We're going to do exercise 3. Guided practice number 3. It says add them. Well, add them or subtract them depending upon what they asked you for. So on 3, it's -3 plus 2. That's -1. And then it's 7 plus -5, or 7 minus 5. That's 2. On number 4, upper left corner is 1 minus 2. So it'd be -1 in the upper left corner of the answer. And then in the upper right corner, it'd be -4 minus 3, which is -7 in the answer. Do I need to show you the answer? This is number 4. The answer, the solution is going to go like this. -1, -7, -4, -13. That's the answer. Do you have any idea how they got that? Yeah, they just subtracted the upper left ones on number 4 there. 1 minus 2 is -1. And then the upper right is -4 minus 3, -7. And then the lower left is 3 minus 7, -4. And then -5 minus 8 is -13. That's the answer. Cool. By the way, let's look at number 5. Number 5 is a quadrilateral. Can you tell how? Guided practice number 5. Guided practice on 581. It's because it has 4 columns. Okay, so let's do these homework problems. Let's do page 584, 1 through 17 odds. Have a nice day.